Еве сме во нова епизода на ХоризонТелма, повторно спортска тема. Денеска наш гостин ќе биде Андреас Трајковски, македонскиот атлетичар. Андреас, welcome.
Фала многу. Фала.
Your Macedonian is still not very good to talk this podcast on exclusively on Macedonian, but
Зборувам македонски малце, али се учам македонски во али I will prefer English, but I understand some kind of good Macedonian, so
okay, it's no problem. I'm going to start this conversation firstly about you, about your past, about your family history a little bit.
yeah.
Andreas is a Scandinavian name, a Danish name. Tрајковски is a Macedonian last name. But now tell us about something about yourself and your family history, because I think people here in Macedonia doesn't know a lot of things about you.
Yeah, so I was born in Copenhagen, Denmark, with Danish mother and a Macedonian father. I was born in 1993, so I'm 31 years old right now. I have a brother named Peter, and I grew up in Copenhagen with two lovely parents who raised me, both Danish and Macedonian. My father never spoke Macedonian to me, so it's kind of hard for me to move into another language. But I'm taking my time and trying to understand and learn the language. But yeah, I mean, I got into athletics at a very young age. My father, he was my coach since I was 12. He was also an athlete, faster than me actually, still in the 100 meters, which I don't like, because he's always using it against me in some kind of way when we are arguing.
Maybe it's a motivational thing.
Yeah, it's a motivational thing, but he's definitely a great motivation for me, especially growing up in this sport family. My mom was also an athlete too.
You're from sports background.
Yeah, my mom was an athlete. She retired already as a 15-year-old, but she was very fast. She ran 12 seconds in the 100 meters when she was 14. So she was very fast too.
So she had a lot of potential.
She did, but she was coached by the wrong people. She lost motivation, and she became my physical therapist instead.
So she's still part of your team.
She's still part of my team, yeah.
Maybe it's a very interesting thing about raising yourself in a Scandinavian society, let's say like that, and with Macedonian background. It's kind of interesting, it's a blend of two different cultures.
Two different cultures. I mean, as you might know, Macedonian culture is different compared to Danish culture. But I was raised, by both parents, my father and my mother, and my grandmother, Jubinka Tрајковска. So she also took very good care of me when I was younger, and learned the kind of the culture of Macedonia, the food and everything, and some words and everything like that. She doesn't speak well Danish. She does right now, but back then she didn't. So she was kind of like talking to me in Kumanovski, or Serbian, how do you say it in Macedonian? She was not speaking too much Macedonian, but more like Serbian, because she was born in Kumanovo, which is good Serbian territory. How do you say?
Closer to
Serbia, which is, there's a lot of people from Serbia living there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't speak the language, so that's why my language today is not the best in Macedonian, but I try to learn it. But I'm also a very busy person, so that's why it's sometimes hard for me to.
Yeah, the Cyrillic alphabet is not very easy.
That's actually easy now. I have it on my phone. Yeah. It's easy to understand when you try to type. I'm very better at typing Macedonian than speaking it. It's easier for me to understand when people are like, that's not even.
You said you grew up a lot with your grandma and Macedonian food. What's your favorite Macedonian food?
That's a very hard question. Krav tetavče, krav, kokoška. I like, what's it called? Those with the rice inside. What's it called?
Sarma.
Oh, sarma. Yeah. Sarma is the best.
Yeah, I have a family in America, and their favorite food is kompermanja.
Oh, that's good too. Yeah,
that's how they say it in English, kompermanja. It's very, very interesting about when you hear for foreigners to say Macedonian food on Macedonian. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
You started, as you said, in Denmark with your athletics career, and you switched to Macedonian allegiance 3 years ago, I think, or 2 years ago.
It was
2022.
2 years ago, exactly.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Why did you change from Denmark to Macedonia?
So, there's a lot of reasons. There's many reasons why I did it, but the main reason was, my grandfather was Macedonian. He came to Denmark when he tried to provide for his family in 1970s. I've always felt like I'm Macedonian and Danish, and I've represented Denmark since I was very young. But I promised him before he passed away that I really wanted to represent his country one day, or Macedonia, because he told me it will mean the world to him that I sometime one day put on the Macedonian jersey and did my best, because he knew that I had high goals in my career. And when he passed away in 2014, I was like, when is the right time? And it was really hard for me to figure so what is the procedure, because I didn't have the citizenship because of multiple things. And the process was not easy and everything. And you couldn't have dual citizen in Denmark until 2018. So it's like, do I have to give back my Danish citizen? So there was a lot of things going on. But after I knew I could be becoming a double citizen, I took the chance and I said, look, now the time is here to try something new.
You didn't regret it representing Macedonia?
No, never in my life. Never in my life. Never. It was the best decision ever. Because look, I'm the best shape in my life now. And
maybe it's the Macedonian food.
Not just that. Maybe. So, but yeah, I feel very honored. I'm very happy that the federation or just the country itself has taken care so good of me right now. Like even the media has been supporting me for my results. Like something I rarely saw in Denmark.
So you're accepted as a Macedonian?
I think I am. But
now you're starting to realize that it's not always easy to be a Macedonian. Maybe in your competitions, you mentioned that you had a very bad experience in Larnaca in Cyprus about wearing Macedonian jersey.
Yeah, that was last year. I was going on a training camp / vacation with my wife, who is Macedonian also. And my father was asking me, hey, can you have a race over there, like a run before you come back home? I'm like, I don't know if there's any competition in Cyprus. And he said, there's one in Larnaca, and maybe you can run a 100 meter. So I'm like, yeah, why not? Let's go. Let's try and test it out. And I came over there, and the only thing I was missing is the club jersey. I only have the Macedonian national kit. So I was wearing Macedonia flag, Macedonia on the legs, and I could see some eyes from people like while I was walking on the warm-up field. Like, I feel a little kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I feel okay, but it was like I could feel a lot of people staring at me. So I went to in the blocks, and I told myself before the blocks, because there has been some false starts before, that I should not false start. Like, don't move before the gun goes off. Because usually I'm a very good reactor. I react very fast. Mm-hmm. So I knew that once I was in the block, I told myself, don't move. Then the gun goes off and they call us back. They shot twice. And I knew that I did not move because the guys next to me was moving like that in the blocks, and which is a false start, or it can be like a yellow card, which gives people another chance to try again. Instead, they came to my lane in lane 6 and gave me the red card, like disqualification right away. No explanation, just like, you moved before then, you moved, and I did not move. Like, I told them, look guys, I have videos, people recording me right now, I can show you I did not move. Please, let me just run. I can run out of protest if that's the case. Nope. Please go, leave the track. You disqualified, no question. And I was like, I know the rules. I know the rules of World Athletics. I know. It took 5 minutes. Then the meeting director came down, very angry. I was like, oh my God, now I have to take another fight. And I didn't want to. I don't like to fight. But I feel like I wasted like 3 hours of driving there, warm up, and then not even getting a race. I told her, please, can I do a run with a protest? I'll pay the fee, whatever the cost. No, leave now, she said. And then I said, you know what, there's nothing I can do now. So I told her, look, I'm sorry, but it feels like you guys are doing this just because of the flag I'm wearing on my chest. and not because of like, and shame on you. And I just caused a Macedonian. I'm not going to say the words, but I was really upset. And I walk out, and my wife was also crying. I could see her crying. It was very hard. Not easy.
It's not easy to be Macedonian, definitely.
I definitely realized that that day. But what can I say? I mean...
Well, it's a part of you being the real Macedonians now.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm not judging people. I have friends from Greece. I have friends from Cyprus. But it's not like... It's just like the way they call like call to action kind of thing, you know. It's like the way they judge you by what you're wearing, you know. If I was wearing, let's say, not even a white kid or black kid without no name on, do you think they will give me a full start? I don't think so. That's my opinion.
The thing is that it was a very small competition. It wasn't a big competition, so it doesn't even have a meaning if you run there or not.
No, but it was just a situation that I just wanted a race. I felt so good in the like damn, I feel good, you know. And people was running fast, and the wind was good, and then you just get the flag because of, I don't know, politics.
Politics, yeah, probably politics. But as a society, we learn to grow past it. You know, we try to ignore that and do your thing. Now you have a chance to represent Macedonia at the European Championship in Rome in the beginning of month of June. Probably in long jump to say. Probably it's your like biggest competition that you. Have this year and in this couple of years.
100%. Long jump in Rome is my aim, my target for the whole season. People think, what about Paris Olympics? But like I said, I have to be also realistic about my goals. But of course, Paris is the dream of mine. But I know that I can make the final in Rome. I know I can make the final. I told my father this, and my father said, yo, you can make it. If you jump to your best, you have a chance to make the top 12 out of 32 jumpers. So
it's an interesting thing that there are two big competitions in one summer, like the European Championship and Olympics in Paris. Long jump is kind of interesting sports in athletics because we have a lot of legends. I mean, there are a lot of legends in this sport, but the world record is still from 1991, like Mike Powell, I think.
Mike Powell, yeah.
Is anyone gonna break this record? Maybe at the European Championship, or the elite athletes will save themselves for the Olympics?
I think, honest opinion, it will not be broken by right now. Not when I'm jumping. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because
you don't see some elite jumpers here in this era, in this generation?
Yes, I do see some big talents that have potential, but you know, we have seen this so many years that there's, this guy can do it, this guy can do it, and then it doesn't happen. But I can name few athletes right now. The Italian long jumper Mattia Fulani, who jumped 8:36 2 days ago, world junior record. He's 19.
Yeah, I saw that, I think.
Yeah, 19 years old. He has potential. If he gets everything together and if he stays injury free, then I think he has a shot to do it. The other one is also, you know, the Olympic champion Miltos Tentoglu from Greece. I think he had a shot on it. I don't know now, but I think he can still jump very, very far if he gets everything together. But it's just like guesses, you know. I don't know. I just know that the records are meant to be broken. 100% meant to be broken.
Yeah, but this record
still stands.
Still stands a lot of time, like 1991. You will think that somebody will break it, but no. About these elite jumpers and elite athletes, who's your favorite from all time? Like you have a favorite, your inspiration, your idol?
Carl Lewis, 100%. Carl Lewis, 100%.
I presume about that.
100%. Like people are still arguing with me, like who's the greatest long jumper is, and I said like, look at the facts. Like, look at the facts. Like, he had 65 jumps over 850. I think so. Something like that. Ridiculous number. He was unbeaten for how many years? 10 years straight? Something like that. I don't know. Many years. The only thing he was missing was the world record.
Yeah.
That's the only thing he was missing. He jumped 891, win 8, the same competition Mike Powell jumped 895, which is, of course, amazing result. But if you go through the facts and the numbers, Carl Lewis is the greatest long jumper who has ever lived or stepped on this earth, hands down.
And he was a successful sprinter also.
Yeah, I mean, not only was he fast, but I mean, long jump was his, of course, specialty. He jumped as a 19-year-old. He wasn't turning 20, but he was still 19. He jumped 863 or something like that. It's ridiculous. He was very talented.
Is there a connection between the sprinters and the long jumps about their training methods that they a lot of, as you said, you also run sprint relays and 100-meter, maybe 60,
100 meter, more 100. I mean, this year I haven't run a 100 this year. You can ask my father, but I don't know why. But if you think about it, the long jump is 95% speed. If you don't have speed, you will not jump far. 5% is the technical part. I will say this: if you are not fast, you cannot expect to jump very, very far. If you look at the top jumpers through all the years and you can see their 100 meter PB is between 9.9 and 10.4 in the 100 meters, like the best jumpers ever. Someone who don't have a recording is the guy from Cuba, Ivan Pedroso, but he jumped 870. And he had speed 100%. He knew how to run. So speed, strength, and technique is, of course, the most important thing when it comes to the long jump.
Yeah, because we say the queen of sports about the athletics, and a lot of people who are in athletics are talented for more than just one discipline.
Yeah,
that's very interesting for me. The hardest thing in athletics maybe is like the 10 discipline competitions, how you say it?
Decathlon.
Yeah,
which is
very, very, very hard discipline to do.
I mean, they say that decathletes are the best athletes in the world because they can do everything.
Universal.
I mean, you are seeing decathlete jumping 845 in a long jump because the guy from Switzerland. I'm like, come on, like. Disrespected to us, like I'm
if he's focused only on long jumps, maybe he will be a new world record holder.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Simon Ihama is, he's the guy's name is Simon Ihama from Switzerland. I mean, I don't know if he was a long jumper before, but I knew he could jump far already when he was 18, 19, 20. But to jump 845 and to focus on 9 other events, that's just mind blowing. Yeah. Honestly, mind blowing.
Yeah, I'm always impressed about that.
Impressed about that. When I saw it, I heard it, I was like, crazy.
I will go back a little bit more about you and representing Macedonia at the highest level, European Championship, Olympics. Probably it will be for our country, it will be very interesting to see 2 Macedonian athletes at the World Olympics, the Olympics in Paris, because Dario Ivanovski already has this result in marathon, very difficult athletics discipline, and it will be cool if we see you also there at the Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, Dario is my brat. Like he's a great friend of mine. He was the first one who took really good care of me when I became a Macedonian athlete. Like the first ever competition in Istanbul, Balkan Championship, he actually gave me one of his jerseys because I couldn't fit the one I was getting. So he helped me getting some clothes, and he's been supported ever since I has represented the country. So I have big respect for him, and of course his coach as well. They have been putting in a lot of work over the years, and under those conditions that they have in Macedonia, crazy.
That's my next question. You announced it now.
Yeah.
The conditions here in Macedonia for athletics, maybe in general for the sports, they're not very good, but some sports do have good conditions, but athletics, no.
No.
We only have Todor Proevski Stadium that has athletic lanes that can be host to national championships and stuff where athletes can train, but not all the time. We don't have an indoor gym for athletics.
No.
It's very strange and difficult for you as an outsider to say it like that from Denmark, to see this kind of difficult conditions, but we do have sports.
And I think that with better conditions, Macedonia can step up in the ranking of the athletics, like for sure, 100%. I just cannot comment too much on it because I didn't grow up in Macedonia, in Skopje, or anywhere in Macedonia. I don't know the structure and what has been going on and what are we fighting for. But what I know is, with better results on international level, I think the interest from the government and from the country will increase, and we're probably gonna have a stadium or an indoor facility. I don't know. I really hope that it could take less than that, like, you know, but I don't know. If I make the final in European Championship and really coming in with a Macedonian jersey and they say, oh, we need more like Dario, we need more than Andreas Tрајковски, we need more than, you know, then we need better facilities. I mean,
maybe you will inspire the next generation if you qualify for the Olympics. Tрајковски and Dario Ivanovski will, you know.
I hope. I honestly, like, the most important thing for me, of course, also the reason why I wanted to compete for Macedonia is try to inspire the new generation of athletes, because I know there's so many talents in Macedonia. That's so many. I don't think people realize that they have a talent until they try it out. And if we don't do anything, with some events, like anything to inspire the youth, we will never ever see the athletes perform or see if they have a talent.
Yeah, Skopje is not like a host of a big athletics competition. I think we had one last year from the third tier in European Championship. Or if I'm not, I don't think I'm mistaken. One of your goals is to organize a long jump event here in Skopje, to be to invite probably the world jumping elite here in Skopje. You have this idea to make this happen at the national Macedonia Square in the center of Skopje. Can you tell us something more about this?
Yes, so I had this idea. I mean, I have my own company called Jumpers World, which we can maybe talk about later, but I always wanted to have my own competition. And I feel like I talked to Kire, who helped me becoming an American Macedonian citizen, to do something different and try to really promote the sport in Macedonia, because I don't see any events here. I've never heard anything about it. I haven't seen it. So I told myself, okay, I have my connections. I have my, the company I've been building up for 6 years. We can do something here. Let's try make the world's greatest long jump street competition in Skopje. I already funded the money, like all the revenue is founded, like everything is ready. We just need to push forward and to find a date of when it should happen. But it takes a team to do it.
You need partners here from Skopje?
I definitely need, without the federation, without the country, I cannot have a competition.
Probably also city of Skopje.
City of Skopje needs to approve to have some kind of like area in city Skopje to have the competition. But I think that was not a problem. I think it was more like the timing, because now we're an Olympic year, and I wanted the competition before the Olympics because it will attract more sponsors and more people. But then I thought, what about right after the Olympics? It's September.
Yeah.
The weather is also good in September, I know. To have like the competition there with all the athletes jumping from the final in Paris to come to Skopje.
Will they come?
I talked to 6 of the best jumpers this year, and they all approved. They said, just give us a date and we'll be there. And they did it because they knew me, but also because it's my company, Jumpers World, who will organize the competition. And usually those people are very expensive to bring here, but they said that they will love to be here and support.
That's an event that will be like maybe one of the best international competitions that will ever happen here in Skopje. It will be,
if we bring the athletes, if we bring the athletes that I have in my calendar, like in my notes here, I think this will open so many doors in Macedonia.
It can be also an annual thing, or maybe on
every year, once a year.
That will be very cool.
And,
you mentioned that you have your company Jumpers World. That's how I noticed you on social media. Actually, I knew you because I'm a sports journalist. I knew about you, that you're an athlete and long jumper and so on and so on. But I didn't know your other passion, your company, your application. You have a application Jumpers World that has a lot of users, maybe more than 100,000.
Yeah, we have a total of, on Instagram we almost have 700,000 followers. We have in total and everything 1.1 million followers in total. But it's not the followers that's impressive. I think it's the views that's more impressive. We generate 25 to 40 million views a month on social media, on all our posts and our engagement. Some pretty big numbers.
Yeah, it's all about athletics.
All about athletics. Only athletics. It's athletics. Yeah.
So that helps you with the connections with elite athletes.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, if I want to be an agent right now, I could do it, but I don't have time, and it's not my passion. My passion is to grow the sport and try to promote the athletes on the best of my caliber.
Maybe after your
when I retire, maybe we'll see. But I see me as an entrepreneur, as the one who wants to help, and how should I say, push the sport forward and try to connect with so many people around the world, and try to help them.
I noticed that you have one post on LinkedIn about Kylian Mbappe and Usain Bolt, and that kind of attract a lot of attention. Because of a lot of media were like speculating that Mbappe is very, very fast. I mean, it's not speculation. He's a fast football player, but that they compare it with Usain Bolt world record at the 100-meter dash. And it's you had a strong opinion about it.
I have a very strong opinion about it. I think that football players, I mean, they are fast on the pitch, but they cannot compare to track and field speed. There's no comparison. It's like Mbappe, what was it? 37, 38 kilometers per hour, his top speed was?
Something like that.
Yeah. Well, that was Usain Bolt's average speed. And when you put average together, that's the whole race together. Like, people, I understand football players, they want to, I mean, the media wants attention. They want as many viewers, it's clicks on their website or whatever, but this is not the way of doing it, I think. I feel like it's kind of very disrespectful to our sport that football journalists really compare sprinters with football players. There's no comparison. Sorry, but there's no comparison. Actually, Mbappe was interviewed 4 days ago, about this comparison, and he said, "No, there's no comparison here. I could never even dream about being his footsteps. Like, he would not even be able to be close to him, even now, probably. I don't know. Maybe now, since Usain's not training that much, but in his prime." No chance. I
think you reached out to Usain Bolt about this.
Yes, I did because me, Usain, like, I have been posting a lot about Usain on Jumpers World, on his career, and he's been liking it, and he's been coming in sometimes, and I feel like, I'm so upset that I really want to comment from him, because 433, the world's biggest soccer community, did this post, which one of the most engaged posts with like 40 million views on the post, and people believe that. The thing is, it's not about the post, it's like about the people watching it. They believe it.
They believe that Mbappe is close to Usain Bolt's
and
speed.
They're gonna tell their kids, and they're gonna tell their friends, and then it becomes like
viral thing,
which is so nonsense. So I texted Usain. I said, I used the word bro. Sometimes I just do it, and I said, I can't remember exactly what I said, but I said something like, what is your comment to this? And he said, it's crazy, it's stupid, or something like that. And I realized I was the only one getting a comment from him through all medias around the world, which I did not know about. I didn't care about that. I just want a comment from him, and then he answered right away, which is which is cool, very cool.
You were quoted after that in world media and Independent and a lot of
Independent and in Sky Sports and in the New York Times, like so many, like crazy.
I don't get why the world media didn't ask a comment from Usain Bolt, because they know him. It's easy to get a comment from him about that.
But I think what they do is they go through his agent to get a comment. But since he has, I've been texting before on Instagram, he can actually receive my messages.
Yeah.
And then I just sent him this message, and I didn't expect him to answer at all. Usually just put me on red. Sometimes like, okay, no hard feelings here.
Yeah, well, he's Usain Bolt.
We use Usain Bolt, but still, it was kind of cool to get this comment from him. But still, I think he's also very like, guys, come on, stupid.
It's a stupid comparison.
Stupid comparison. Like, now I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna hurt a lot of football players right now. But if you look at Mbappe's top speed or his 100-meter time, he was running, what did it say, 10.9 in a flying 100 meter. Yeah, 100
Something
meter.
Like
yeah, flying 100 meters. It's super slow to run 10.9. He wouldn't even be in the top 100 of the women's 100 meter times for last year. In a woman.
Yeah,
I'm talking about women. But high school girls who is 16, 17, 18 years old runs faster than this guy. But nobody wants to say about that. They don't care because they know it will be very bad for him to hear all that. You know what I mean? Like the sport.
Yeah.
But it seems like football players, like we are in Paris, like we can do everything. Sorry guys, but speed, leave it to us. Leave it to us.
It's an interesting thing that you had a comment from Usain Bolt, who had an attempt at the football career.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's a different story. That's I think he just tried to try something new.
Yeah.
He got to do something.
I think he immediately knew that football is a different sport, and
it's not just speed.
It's not just speed.
Technique and skills and vision, and you need to have the timing and like. I played
awareness.
Football until I was 15, and I liked it, but I was more like an individual person. I feel like we cannot, how should I say, because I don't see a lot of track and field newspapers talking bad about Mbappe, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not gonna say that, oh, Sheldon Fraser-Price ran 1 second faster than Mbappe. Like, we don't do that because we really don't care, because we know that we know the facts. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy.
One athlete that kind of made a media storm last year at the World Athletics Championship, the American sprinter. I forgot his name when he commented about world champions. He said, "I'm a
Noah Lyles."
Noah Lyles, yeah.
World champions of what?
About the NBA, and that was like a lot of media attention. He got a lot of media attention about it.
Yeah,
he was right. From my point of view,
100%.
because he was world champion, because he's an individual in this sprinter discipline,
100%.
and the NBA is not a world champion. The team is not a world champion.
It's the best
team in the world.
Yes, they might have great players internationally competing in the NBA.
Yeah, but it's not.
But there's something called the World Championship in basketball.
Yeah,
and
FIBA World Basket.
And in the world, like we talk about everyone, bringing the best team together for the country. It's like saying like La Liga or Premier League, like, we cannot say we're the best, or Champions League, for example. We are are they world champions? So let's say Real Madrid win.
We're European champions.
We're European champions. Or just like, because it's European clubs. So you see the comparison here, like you see it's so.
Yeah, but the American media didn't like that.
No,
there was like a lot of comments about him. He was actually right about everything he said, but
he is. But are you really surprised about American media that usually they say something like that also before? I know.
Yeah.
It's
maybe it's a viral thing, like you said about Mbappe and Usain Bolt, clickbait. It's an interesting topic.
It is clickbait. It's 100% clickbait. Otherwise, it wouldn't get. But still, I react sometimes because I don't feel it's right. And then after a couple of days, 433, they blocked Jumbo's World and blocked me. Yeah, they blocked everything, which I see as that they lost. Like, when you block someone, then you know that.
Well, it's a comments, likes, and engagement.
Why would you blog a company? Like, why would you, like, who hurt your feelings? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't understand. Like, we can just ignore our, I don't know. But eventually, now they know who I am, probably, or Jamaswell is. I don't know.
Well, your platform is really big. I don't get it. But it's their prerogative.
I think it's the way of saying that they lost. That's what people say when they blocked us, which is funny.
Let's talk about a little bit more about your platform, Jumpers World. Your plans for the future, how to grow it, what are your goals, end goals about this?
The goals is now
community.
I've established a company called Jumpers World Media. Next to Jumpers World is to create production, media, advertisement, like a lot of media production for brands, where we connect professional athletes or influencers into the campaign. And then we exposure that onto all our platforms so they get the promotion they needed. And we have worked with multiple big brands such as Puma and JBL and now Diadora and soon Red Bull. So they see that, we have a great team, great producers, great photographers, videographers. But what we have compared to the other companies is what they don't have is what we have the community. Like, we have access to 1 million people in one click, which is
actually athletes, like from athletics.
But the funny thing is that we not like the followers is not only watching athletics; they're also watching football or basketball. They just, I don't know, they from different sports, which is cool.
It's a good platform to promote athletics also, because maybe mainstream media and people all around the world are more focused on basketball or football and the team sports, and not so much in individual sports like athletics. Maybe Usain Bolt is the biggest name of all, but people don't follow so closely about something about athletics.
But actually I have an announcement, because this is some little secret, but it won't be secret no more. So I'm actually working on a new project right now, which I've been doing for 1.5 years. I'm doing my own sportswear brand, like clothing brand, which I'm launching here this summer.
Here in Skopje?
No, it's based in Florida, but it's international. It's gonna be international shipping, but it's super cool. Like, it's active running wear, where we're gonna help the unsponsored athletes who don't have a contract but who has potential to medal Olympics, the World Championship, European Championship, and try to help them get the best competition gear or out there. And what I'm saying is the quality is we are working with factories that makes clothes for Adidas, Lululemon, Under Armour, all these brands. And that is what I think will be my future in a way of entrepreneur. I have a lot going on, but this is what I think is what I want to do in the future.
Wow.
Because we got 3 investors right now for the company who believes in the vision, who believes in our mission. And I can maybe bring you something to you once I start. But it's nice. It's if you work out, of course. But I think
I do, and I play football a lot more times. So
perfect. Well, it's gonna be a collection of 12 items first, and then we start with different colors and all that. But then we start. So
when you said that you're studying a sportswear company, usually the sports jerseys and all the apparel and the clothes are pretty much expensive if we compare it to
Nike,
clothes.
Adidas, or
Adidas, pretty much expensive. So how will this brand be different from
price range? We are a premium activewear, so we use materials like recycling, all this kind of stuff. Like we use for the environment thing. We use also recycled plastic for our shipping and all that kind of stuff. But the difference between the brand, like our clothing brand compared to the other, is founded by professional athletes. Like myself. I wouldn't say professional, but let's say elite athlete, if you want to phrase that, who knows what to like, who knows what to wear, what athletes like, what regular people like to wear in the gym, in the fitness, in the running community, whatever, and use that knowledge to create the perfect cut. Because trust me, it's not just like a print on, like you need to measure like some scratch, they're cutting everything, They measure, like, I have to go to the stores, to Nike, deploy a light to measure the sleeves. It's a
work. It's a lot of work.
It's the most work I've done ever, honestly. But I love it. I really wanted to have like a running brand or fit sportswear brand for reasonable price, but high premium quality.
Do you have a name for that?
Yeah, JVS, Jumbo Sportswear. JVS. So because I want to use the trademark, the name, the angel I have, like the logo, to have build this empire thing. Like, so we have the media and then we have the clothing.
Maybe next time we will make a podcast about business economy.
Why not?
Well, I'm not really into it, but
it could be fun.
It could be fun, yeah. Andreas, you have a lot on your plate, as they say. It's not only athletics; it's more, as you said now, business and more companies that you work with and work for. So you said maybe after your career is over, maybe an agent will you have the time for that?
I don't think I'll be agent. I think, like I said, I think I'll be doing what I do right now, but have more time for my family. I just became a father 5 weeks ago to a beautiful girl, which has changed so many things in perspective of my life. Do you have kids?
No, I don't.
But the perspective of seeing life now is totally different compared to before. So I have to put my prioritize for the family. Like, honestly, I cannot continue doing my sport for life, but I want to really help and provide for my family. That's the most important thing.
Maybe it's your daughter now is more inspiration about...
every day. Every day. I cannot go 1 second without thinking about her right now. I asked my wife, can you please send me pictures of her, or videos and everything? And of course she will, but it's not easy, let me say. Like, to just, I wouldn't say leave her like that, but you know what I mean? Like, I have goals. Like, I've been doing this for my whole life. But my wife is just so super supportive, and she understands what I'm doing, and she knows this is not gonna be forever. So she really, I respect her and I love her for that, and also, of course, her family. So it's
the support from home is always very important for the athletes and for their careers.
Yeah, but like I said, it's not forever. I'm gonna do this, but like I said, it will be a dream of mine to have my own brand one day and sponsor so many athletes. Why not the Macedonian national team one day?
Well, that will be very cool because
we don't have sponsors. We don't have. Yoma is not paying us to represent them. We're just paying them to get some clothes. You know what I mean?
I know.
So I wanted to see if we could maybe potentially do that, and which will be big for the country, I think, and for, of course, myself also.
The biggest thing about for the country, if you organize this competition for long jump in Skopje and Macedonia Square, and maybe if you invite Usain Bolt to visit our country.
I think I need to get to know him more before I can invite him to such event. But I can definitely invite other athletes. That's
like
probably Mondo Duplantis.
Yeah, he's a legend. He's a legend. I mean, he's an incredible athlete. I mean, every single big competition, he's breaking the world record. I mean, it's incredible.
Carl Lewis. I can name Carl Lewis because I know Carl Lewis too. He follows Jumbo
on
Instagram.
In Skopje, we can see.
Mondo
Duplantis.
Okay, for guests or for athletes competing?
Guests.
I will definitely invite Mondo Duplantis, even though he's a pole vaulter. I think he will love to be around, athletes, big athletes, if you just for one day. Carl Lewis. If he's not going, I will invite Mike Powell, the world record holder, because that guy will definitely show up if he knew that he will be attending the greatest long jump street event that's ever been.
In Skopje.
Imagine Skopje. Even though, imagine the headlines after the competition is done. Let's say someone jumps a world leading jump and it says in Skopje. Look at you see what I'm saying? Look at the promotion we get.
Unbelievable.
Look at the promotion we get. And that's something that I really want to build. And that's why people say, he's only there, he's only competing for Macedonia because of himself. No, I wanted to help the sport grow because I'm proud to be Macedonian. Just because I don't speak the language doesn't mean I'm not Macedonian. I'm proud to be Macedonian, and I am proud to have heritage from Macedonia. And yeah, it's just, it gives me so much like goosebumps, everything, just to talk about the projects that I have in my mind. But like I said, it takes a team to get to this level. We have the money, we have the investment, everything is ready. We just need a little more time to organize, because I don't want to just have a meeting just to have a meeting. I wanted to have it in the way I wanted it to be. And when I say this, I mean drones for the cameras, I mean big screen, how should I say, stands, long jump pit, you know, in front of the Alexander the Great statue in the square. Imagine that.
It's a great sight.
But imagine, like, I don't know about events Macedonia, but I think that could be a very big event in Macedonia.
Yeah, probably next to the UEFA Super Cup when Real Madrid played Manchester United, it will be up there.
I mean, maybe
it will be up there.
But then also look at the interest for the sport. It will grow. Look at the kids. They'll say, we'll make something prior to the competition. We'll make it kids' day. Like, so the day before the competition, there will be kids trying to jump longer than, you know, making like comparison. Yeah. Because then they will say, Mamo, Dado, can you please sign me up for athletics in Rabotnički or Delta or whatever club? Because I love watching athletics. I would like to try it. And then you see maybe one day there's a talent coming up there.
Yeah, maybe future Olympic athlete.
I mean, I really wanted to. I told my wife this. I want to move to Macedonia one day to live here for a couple of years, if I see some progress in development of the institution or in the sport. Because if I can give my knowledge out, if I can do something, I would love to.
Andreas, thank you very much about this interview, about this podcast. I think we had a great conversation about you. I think now the Macedonian general public will know more about Андреас Трајковски, that he's a little bit more than just an athlete. I mean, it's very maybe stupid to say just an athlete. It's not just an athlete, but you have a lot more things going on in your life, like from business point of view. And you're kind of surprising that you're a big patriot.
Well,
maybe a little bit surprising for me.
Yeah, благодаря много, and I really appreciate you for having me here and explaining, telling my story about how I came into athletics, but also what my vision and mission is with being a Macedonian athlete. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you once again.